The sun is out and I'm going for my walk. It's Walk Wednesday. How's everybody doing today? Like, kind of on the fence. Like, oh, I got up a little later. I don't know if I really want to go, but it's not, 90 degrees and I'm going to make my it because I always feel better about myself after I go. So I'm taking you with me on my walk today. Plus, I'm motivated because I want to keep this a thing. This is going to be Walk and Talk Wednesdays. Wintertime's going to be interesting because you guys have seen what our winters are like, but got to keep it going. Hello. Oh, I can't see who. Oh, yes. Hi. I'm so sunburnt. It's been so nice out here the past 3 days. I've been outside for like over 10 hours for 3 days in a row with no sunscreen on, nothing. I'm like a sun bunny. And I just was doing yard work. Yesterday, I power washed our patios all day. Like, my back is on fire. But we only get this for, a few months out of the year. So I think it's okay. It rained last night, and I was afraid it was going to rain today, but I'm glad it did it at nighttime. Yard work does sound fun. Well, it just rained here a lot, and before I was on summer break, because I'm a teacher, well, was a teacher, retired now. Um, every weekend it was raining, so I couldn't get out there and get anything done. So as soon as school ended, I started it. Ooh, LA! Oh my gosh, I've been watching what's going on out there with ice and everything. Do they still have the curfew in place? I mean, not like anybody was following it, but oh, geez. Ohio just passed. I know it passed through our Senate. I don't know if it went through the House, but yeah, they're gonna let ICE enter houses without a warrant. Like, oh my God. So they nipped that in the bud. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I live in a small town, but land-wise, we're the largest county in Ohio. Most of the county is very rural. We even have an Amish section. Um, that's like the South County. I live up north on the lake, which is, the city, if you want to call it a city. Um, and we're very, the whole country looks at us as like a red state, but it's because we are gerrymandered so bad. So don't always believe what the news says about the beliefs in Ohio. It's just they've rigged our mapping for voting so bad. It's very one-sided. Oh, LA, I couldn't imagine. We went out there. Um, when did we go? Carlos had a work trip near Anaheim, so we made sure we hit all the major spots. Like, I've been to San Francisco. That was awesome. Don't love the weather there because it seems like it's always like 70s. That's not hot enough for me and very windy. Um, we went to Hollywood Boulevard. I wasn't really impressed with that. I'm glad I got to go. I was more impressed with well, I was on the hunt for, like, the true crime, places that were there, like, we scoped out the Scientology building, and I would not round the corner. We didn't go off the main, boulevard because I know, like, Skid Row's right there and everything, but I wanted to see that hotel where that girl wasn't it Lisa something? Um, the girl that was, like, the hostel she was staying at, and there's video clips of her, like, talking to herself in the elevator and getting off the floor, and I think she was found in the water system or something on the roof. That was weird. So I wanted to see that place. Yeah, the water. And the lid was on. That's what was crazy to me. Like, I didn't feel like you could put the lid on. I'm pretty sure the lid was on from the inside. Our clothes were off. I don't know. Very suspicious. That's a case that's never been solved. Uh, I think there's a right and wrong side to history. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't think politics today is the politics of 25 years ago. I can't. Oh, that water. There's documentaries on that case, and they did interview people who were staying there at the time. And the one girl was like, ew, I was brushing my teeth with that water. Ugh, disgusting. Oh my God. Carlos and I don't Carlos does not want to get political on our show. I'm like a loudmouth, and I've been hesitant. I've never I don't make TikToks, personal ones, or speak out very much. Well, I do, but I always have a line I won't cross when I was teaching, and I just keep saying, "Wait till I retire. Wait till I retire. Wait till I retire." The muzzle is coming off, and I'm going to be starting a teacher YouTube channel, and I was going to call it the Unmuzzled Teacher. uh, but I think I'm sticking with our brand of typically unique teacher. We're going to keep everything like that. I see your comments coming across. I got to wait till I get to a shady area to read them. Going back to that girl in the water tower case in LA, wasn't, is that, so, I might be getting confused with another case, but wasn't that the case where there was some guy who was like he wasn't in a band, he was a musician, and he made like crazy, um, I don't know if they were killer themed, but evil, like music, crazy music. And wasn't he staying there? I think he was a big suspect. And I don't know if he was ever ruled out, but I don't think they had enough evidence. Again, did they fingerprint the cover of the water, the water tower? All right, here's some shade. People call you Carlos? Is that really your name? Yeah, Carlos does say that, "We don't get political." You don't get political, I get political. I'm the yin to his yang. I listen to everything too. I mean, you wanna know all the information, but, like I said, I just think there's right and wrong. Yes, the Cecil Hotel. Yes, that's the one. Walk your dogs, enjoy me. We used to have 2, thank you. Put, is it I'm trying to I need a pronunciation for the first word. S Skolma? Skolma, Kai. Put a pronunciation key in the chat. Oh my gosh. Skolma. Oh, yeah, yeah, your own frat name. It's funny because my parents were super young when they had me, like, my mom had me, like, 4 days after she turned 18. My dad was 20. He was in college, but he dropped out. He just went to our local we have a Kent State chapter here, like a branch. But growing up, there was always, like, a Kent State beanie and a paddle, um, like, in our, like, little family den room, and, and then I found out he was in a fraternity there, and I had questions. And, it was a long time ago when I asked him, but I know they had their little rituals and stuff, but it wasn't a lifelong thing. Like when you're in a major university and you join, I think it's more of a maybe it's just the seriousness of the way that people take it. Yeah, babies raising babies. And now my kids are like 27, 28, and their lifestyles are um, so that I don't know if I'll ever have grandkids. Maybe. My son lives off the grid. I think we were too liberal. No, that's not true. My son went through a lot of medical hardships, like severe, like life threatening. And I think that affected him. He just wants to be a free bird. So we just let him go. That's something it hurts my heart, hurts my mama heart. But Carlos sent me a video the other day, and it was about a study that a professor had done. I'm just sharing a personal story. Hope that's okay. Um, they did a study, or they interviewed twins. So one twin was in jail, and the other twin was like a executive of a company. Right, two opposite ends of the spectrum, and they interviewed both of them, and they both said the same things about their parents, and they both were like, I am where I am today because my parents did XYZ. But they both said the same thing. So the conclusion was it's not the experience from others, like with your parents, that matters. It's like your response to it. They used another word. Um, that was very healing to hear. I feel like that happened to us. Like we didn't have twins. Our kids are like 13 months apart, so they both grew up in the same environment, but they're living two totally different lives. My screen got really dark. Can you see me okay? It's probably just the glare from the sun. I don't think I'm going all the way down to the beach today because I'm already sweating bullets. I was also watching Lana's videos, the one she had yesterday with um here's some shade. Let me see. Let me check chat. What is going on with my Oh yeah, hazing is real. I can't remember exactly what my dad told me, but yeah. I don't think theirs was extreme, but um just back to the hazing real quick because I saw your comment. I went to the main campus of Kent State, and stupid me, when I registered for classes my freshman year, I just let whoever was registering at the table sign me up for classes. I didn't pick them. So of course they gave me all the like 8 a.m. classes because nobody takes them, and never did that again. But all the athletes are in those classes because they have to get their classes done for the day. I was in class with a hockey player, and you can Google this probably, but their hockey team got in trouble. I don't know if they suspended them for a while or what happened, but they it was so gross what they did. I could not look at this kid the same way after I heard this. They shaved their private areas and put icy hot and then duct tape. I'm like, what? First of all, why? Like, who would come up with that? And then looking at the kid that that was done, I could not look at him the same way. Oh my god. So yeah, that's like evil hazing. Yeah, if I want to do my long walk, I gotta get up like early and go to beat like the heat. I just haven't gotten into that routine yet. I'm still on like, oh my God, I survived the school year. And I don't know if you know any teachers, but when we say survived, like literally, like it was like daily verbal abuse, um, going to work every day. The behaviors were so bad. That's why, like, they even offered me to like retire, rehire, which was always like my goal. I wanted to do that. I wanted to. You couldn't pay me enough now. No way. No way. Oh, all right. So I started talking about, the DoorDash. We said at the end of our episode that we premiered yesterday that our next discussion is going to be about everything that's coming out about the DoorDash driver. And I get the facts, right? Like I'm watching the videos. Um, so we know she said Brian Koberger's name. I just saw the one this morning that Truth and Transparency posted that she said Bill Thompson's name. Um, saw two people in the car in this morning's video. Also a dog. So, those are the facts that we can see. Then it's going to be, what are the implications of that? Like, and this is where Carlos and I always get into our discussions because he'll just take it at that. Just face value. What are the facts? And, which, scientific, I guess. And I will go more into what's that imply, right? What can we infer from that? Because there's a lot in those videos where um, the actions, the way the DoorDash driver was acting, like that one video, she was hysterically crying. The cop was being weird, the male cop, and saying weird things. Um, she seemed like in a lot of distress in that one. Now the other ones, I mean, the one this morning, she's like pulled over by a police officer, and she's like eating noodles in the car. And she said she was in the middle of a DoorDash. And I'm like, I want to ask Kane. I mean, you might, like, hey, if it's lunchtime and you're DoorDash, then you get yourself an order and you eat it in the car. I get that. But I don't know. Anything eaten with a spoon or a fork in the car is a little more challenging to do. It also showed her as more relaxed and nonchalant. And I think that officer was pain. So she seemed calm and no big deal with pain. But then when she was pulled over by the one where she was crying and hysterical, I think that was in Washington. So a Pullman officer, she was like distressed. So those are the things that I think you read into and then start figuring out why, right? I love the people that, oh, this is the sunny street. There's no shade on the street. The people that, um, do all the deep investigating, get the body cam footage. I'd like to do that. That takes, that's a full-time job right there. I'm not there yet. That's why we're a discussion podcast. We don't pretend to be investigators. Mad respect to the channels that are investigative channels. We're a discussion channel. We'll talk about it. I like doing that because sometimes Carlos or I will come up with a question or a response to something, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I've ever heard anybody see it that way or ask it that way. I know Truth and Transparency is supposed to be coming on in a little bit to talk more about that. It seemed last night that she had a lot of information she was plowing through. So I can't wait to see that. The DoorDash driver saying, I know Bill Thompson, that was on this morning's video. Like, oh my God. I keep saying, every time I tell Carlos there's something new, I'm like, you cannot make this up. The coincidences. Like when they found out that the DoorDash driver's friend, they're like, guess where she works? Oh, yeah, the Jack in the Box. Because why not? Right? She doesn't work at McDonald's. Who is in here? Sorry if I'm shoving my face in the camera, but I gotta be able to see this. Manifested what a year ago? Oh, Swamp Rose. I love her. Hi, Susan. Outcast. Love him. Oh, you have songs? I'm gonna go check it out. So you changed your channel name too? I wonder if it'll show up if I was already subscribed. Susan, I love you. You're so supportive. You have so many good comments. Another thing I think I'm gonna have Carlos and I do is print out the comments because there's so many good questions and comments that people put that we should have considered when we were at that moment in our video. And it's so hard to remember everything or think of everything ahead of time. I'll get done recording an episode and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention this. So, but we just try to do it the next time, right? But you guys put so many good questions or points. We need to go back and address them. Someone, I think it was Paco, he was talking about how because we did talk about the car briefly, that there was no evidence in there. And more importantly, I think no sign of cleaning. And that, so from so long ago, there's so much over these 2.5 years. All right, I hit a shady patch. Let me see. Oh, the baby. The baby video that came. I had no idea how it was gonna come out. And when I first made it, like I had to wait it was only an 11-second clip, and it took 2 days for AI to make that. And I actually did it twice because oh no, I think it was the photo. The photo doesn't take that long, a couple hours to take your image and turn it into what you want. It's the meshing the audio with the photo and making it talk. That's what took so long. But the first time I put babies, and they literally made us babies, and I was like, make us toddlers. Oh my God, it's hilarious. And then my sister was like, because I'm not a natural redhead, I dye my hair. She's like, you didn't look like that when you were a kid. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's funny. Now Carlos was spot on. His was so good. AI is crazy. I just had it help me come up with some ideas to do something every day. Like, I'm going to keep this going, like Walk and Talk Wednesdays, right? We're a discussion podcast. We're going to talk. I can talk. Like, so I'm going to keep this going. And this is going to be informal, talk about what we want to talk about, some updates on the case, what's current, what's going on. See, here you go. Here's where I live. That's it. That's not my house. That's just my area. Help me. So I like this, but then the other days, we haven't gotten consistent yet with our videos dropping. I wanted to do it Sunday, but the weather was so nice out. I couldn't get it edited. Well, I guess it was a choice, right? I chose to go outside and enjoy the weather instead of sitting in the house and editing. And I try to bring my computer outside, but either the screen fogs up from the heat or the computer overheats. So can't do that. Someone invent a self-cooling laptop. All right, this intersection's our main road. Always gotta wait. No, the sun does not burn me. I know I'm red. I know my face is red. My back is so red, it turned brown already. It doesn't bother me right now. I did order kind of like a long back scratcher handle, but it comes with a sponge so you can apply lotion to your back. Because one, I need to start putting sunblock on because it's past that point. I'm gonna start getting blisters. And two, I gotta put regular lotion on because it just peels, right? Burn and peel. Burn, I don't want that. So I'll do a product review when that, I think it's coming today. What else is going on? Is anybody watching the Diddy trial? I watched the Pascal show for that one. He is hilarious. Like he's just a general news um true crime cases. He does cases. He'll talk about whatever's like he covered the LA, what was going on in LA when the protests first started, stuff like that. But I love his voice. He's very funny. Um, he's been covering the Diddy case, and I know that they kept saying it was the last witness. Now is that the last witness overall, and the defense is resting, or is it just the prosecution resting? I haven't followed it that long, but I know Rico is the. Are these crows? I was just on crow TikTok. Look, can you see in the grass somewhere? Let me look. Yellow. Where's the yellow bush? Are they over here? There was a funny story on TikTok where a lady said she had a spare key hidden outside and it kept disappearing. And it was the crows. Hello, hello. So now I want to make friends with the crows because I guess if you just give them a little snack and they bring you stuff, not like candy wrappers and stuff, but still. The lore is they are protected if they like you. I didn't know we had any in our neighborhood. Do any of you believe in that or have experienced that? So, anyways, I was talking about Diddy. That the big thing is the Rico charges, and it looks to me like they had enough evidence for that. Like with the finances that were used for different personal disgusting things. And hello, you're gonna come to my house and get a snack. Follow me. Carlos is gonna be like, why are all these crows in our yard? Oh my god, I just cracked myself up. And so the finances and doing things across state lines, right? Transporting people across state lines. I think all of that there was a lot of evidence for. All right, let me see. Young Thug's trial. I think I saw some of that. Did he represent himself or try to? I don't know. I'm misremembering. Oh, TikTok shop. What does she sell? Oh, how was that? The TikTok University. I we have a typically unique channel on TikTok. I haven't posted on there in a long time. When I did, it was what I would do is just like clip out little moments from our full length videos and post them on there. Carlos and I did a couple where we were talking to the camera, stuff like that, but I haven't, we hardly have any followers on there, and I just haven't dove into it yet, but I want to. Like, I would love to get into creator programs wherever. That's why we're trying so hard on YouTube. I know that we have to get more consistent. That's like number one. Um, and we're like 134 subscribers short. We've got the watch time hours. We've got way more than we need for the watch time hours, which is cool. Um, but I understand. People not subscribing if they don't know you're regular. Was the TikTok University thing useful? Was it useful? Oh, the P. Diddy case. That's what I was talking about. Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, what other baby oil. You know that case? That's how Pascal says it. He says baby oil. Oh, there were so many good laughs when that trial first started. Oh my gosh, when they were not so much like the witnesses, but like the evidence talking about that. Oh my God. It was just roll on the floor laughing. Even though it's disturbing, it's easy to make fun of that stuff. I don't know. I think it's my generation. We are so like we can be brutal with our humor, and sometimes my daughter's like just looks at me like you're crazy. And yes, that we are, my dear. A little bit. Oh my. I think these are, I forget what kind of lilies these are, but they finally popped. Look, I love those. And they're bulbs, so they spread like crazy. So I just kept dividing them and sticking them in different pots. So they're all over the place. They're so bright and love them. Oh, there's a little chipmunk on my porch. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Oh, he went under my. That's not good. Oh my God. So we did it. We completed another weekly Wednesday walk and talk. Got a little exercise in. I think it helps when I talk the whole time. I'm sure my heartbeat is a little bit higher with that. And using my arms to hold up the phone. So thank you for making my walk a little more challenging than it normally is. I excuse me. I'm gonna go in. I finished the outside of my house yesterday, so I gotta go in and now clean some of the inside of my house and see the colors of my. I did those on purpose on my front door. Um, but I will see you guys in the YouTube streets, in the chats, and um, also on our next video. So have a great day, everybody. I hope it's warm and sunny where you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.